How is everybody doing? Nomad here, bringing to you guys yet another Dead Island 2 video. Today we're going to be talking all about co-op, as Deep Silver just released all the information specifically regarding this topic with the game. Super exciting, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. It really helps me and the channel grow. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. First and foremost, Dead Island 2 is a great single player experience. It's going to be awesome, as we know, but it's going to be fun to play with friends too, as playing together has always been essential to the community when it comes to Dead Island. Now, co-op supports up to a max of 3 players. You and your potential other 2 teammates have 6 characters to choose from, so you guys will still be able to choose your Slayer, whatever it may be. If someone has a Slayer selected, obviously you will not be able to be that Slayer. You know, that makes sense. Now, when does co-op unlock? To unlock the co-op feature in the game, you have to reach an area that's called Emma's Mansion. This will happen during a mission called Call the Cavalry, which happens around 20 to 30 minutes into the game, depending on your playstyle. So a lot of the things specifically regarding co-op is going to change in the future. The developers have stated they do want to work on different aspects and different changes, but currently on launch, this is how everything is going to work. Now, how is cross-gen going to work? How is this going to work? So first off, well, Dead Island 2 doesn't support crossplay. It does support cross-generation. So what that means if you're on PlayStation 5, players can play with PlayStation 4. Xbox Series XS players will be able to play with Xbox One S and X players. And PC will only be able to play with PC players. So currently at the beginning, we will not be able to have crossplay, but cross-gen will work. So a big and interesting part about this is, through the game's graphic requirements, the host must play on the latest generation console. So if you are the host, you have to be on PlayStation 5. If your buddies are on PlayStation 4, same thing goes with Xbox Series X and S, or one of the Generation 8 Plus consoles. PlayStation 4 Pro, Xbox One, those will work as well. Base Generation 8 consoles will not work and will not be able to host the game at launch, but they will be able to join others' games. So they're currently working on this option to host on all consoles. Now, PC players can both host and join co-op. The reason for this is the person who is hosting the game, not only are they hosting the server for themselves, but they're also hosting the server for everybody who's in the co-op game, and their hardware needs to be powerful enough to be able to generate this world for all players in the co-op experience, which makes sense, but again, it is going to change further on down the line. So co-op's not going to be forced on you. As we know, you could choose to play solo, or you can have the co-op option open at any time, so people can join you on the fly, whether that's matchmaking or friends. Now, if you're a PC gamer, you can have others join. Now, when we talk about why is it only 3 players, to me, this makes sense. Dead Island 2 co-op players get the best experience by sticking together and slaying together. The developers have stated they found iteration and play testing that capping at 3 players kept the combat challenging with just the right amount of zombies. Players can also experience with the powerful combat synergies and the diverse but complementary builds that can be aided with the skill deck. Basically, what this means is the game is best played only with 3 players. Due to the amount of enemies that are going to be on screen at a given time, the game is going to flow and the pace of the game a lot better. The interesting thing about this is the synergies. Based off of each other's builds, your friends and your build, you guys will be able to use your abilities in such a way that will synergize together and will create a better effect, which is super interesting. I can't wait to see how each Slayer is going to be able to mix and blend with each other's playstyle and skill sets. Super exciting about that. Now, the biggest thing, and I know you guys are curious about this because, you know, we're curious about this with any game. How is the progression and achievements and all that going to work? So they want players to be able to progress through the game regardless of whether they're a host or client. So for example, if you jump into co-op and play the game up until the 6th story mission and end your session, when you come back to play, either that be in single player or co-op, you will pick up from the 6th mission with all your items, stats, etc., regardless of whether you were the client or host, which is super exciting. Now, here's where it's a little bit different, which makes sense though. However, they do not want the players to miss out on important story elements, leveling up, items, etc., because during the story, we're going to be unlocking specific cards, specific items, whether that's weapons or lore items that are specifically tied to story. So players cannot jump ahead of where they currently are in the story. For example, if you are at mission 3 and your friend is at mission 6, you'll not be able to join their game. They will, however, be able to lend you a hand and still return to their own progress unless you guys both play to the point together. Basically, if your friend's ahead of you, he can join in, get you up to the point to where he is, and you guys can continue. All gamers can unlock achievements and trophies for the missions they've collected. So basically the way it's going to work, all progression, whether that be leveling, skills unlocked, cards unlocked, any items found around the world, whether that be lootable items, lore items, weapons, you will keep that across the board, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I know this video is pretty simple. I just want to get the information straight to you guys as quick as possible in a comprehensive video. Super excited about this game. Let me know if you guys are going to be playing co-op, if you're going to be playing solo. Me, myself, I'm specifically going to be playing solo. Maybe eventually we'll do some community stuff. That could be exciting. Be sure to drop a like on the video if this helped you out, and if you guys are into everything Dead Island 2, I would love to have you in the community, as I will be covering the game when it makes its debut April 21st. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and as always, stay happy, stay hyped, and have a beautiful day.